Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia and this is the Frontline Changes report for the past 24 hours for the day of 1254 for the 31st of July. And now we go into August. Oh my freaking god. What have you done with your New Year resolution? You quick go and run and go to gym. Oh my freaking god. I know you all wrote, no? I will slim down this year and then you will fail. You will fail. So, and anyway, happy birthday to you if your birthday today. And so you probably noticed the map is really clean. Yeah, I took the feedback from at least two of you guys about the map is too complicated, too busy, what blah blah. Yeah, then yeah, okay. So I have decided to complicate the work a little bit more. And now there's two layers for each day. So there is this this mapping layer and then the reporting layer. So yeah. So yeah, happy now. Subscribe. Subscribe. So the first frontline change is over at the Sumy Front. So you can see, it's there. It's there. So anyway, but now I cannot see the geolocation. Freak. Yeah, there is a geolocation. So of Ukrainian forces over this region, over around here, here. So this geolocation means that after yesterday's report, we have the Ukrainian forces advancing in the northwest of Andriivka. The Ukrainian forces continue their flanking operation and have captured the entire northern outskirt of Andriivka. So this not flanking operation, they could expand out of Andriivka, what I'm talking about. So but they are actually flanking into the west of Oleksievka, which is currently under Russian control. So this is a very impressive offensive operation, a very rare one from the Ukrainian armed forces. And so we shall see what the Ukrainians can do. Will they be able to take back Oleksievka, or the Russians have already abandoned position out of this place? We are unsure. We do not know. But this is a pretty impressive offensive or frontline change for the Ukrainians' perspective. The capture here is 4.52 square kilometers. The advance from Andriivka is around 2.5 or 2 kilometers. Clearly, the Russians are not here at all. And if it's coming from the previous front line, it's about the same, 2.5 kilometers. So but if you look at the terrain here, you can kind of imagine why the Russians are not there. It's a death trap. So the Ukrainians have captured all these open grounds for now, and the real tougher battle is going to come ahead when they try to enter into Oleksievka, which is here. So that's the frontline change over in this sector, and this is not only the only frontline change in favor of the Ukrainians. Surprisingly, there's another one over in Kharkivka. So over at Kharkivka region, there is this front geolocation as well. I can show you. Yeah, you can see the geolocation. Oh shit! Yeah. So the Ukrainian forces are geolocated on this tree line in the south of Kharkivka. With this geolocation means the Ukrainian forces at least have taken this side of this squarish plot of land. So it's a very tiny change. If you look from the macro perspective, the Russian forces have Kharkivka, but this can be a flanking operation to cut off the Russians from the south and encircle the Russian troops over here, which is a very unique situation where we hardly see the Ukrainians do nowadays. So the Ukrainians are definitely having the new win. Win as in W-I-N-D, not W-I-N. New win to try to do some offensive operation. Whether they will succeed, of course, it's another story altogether. So that's all from for this part of the frontline change. The next frontline change is over in the south at Zelena Dolena in the Lyman front. So over at Zelena Dolena, previously we have updated this frontline change of Zelena Dolena moving in the direction of Santry Holove. which is over here, in case you cannot see, which I know you cannot see. The latest frontline changes is based on geolocations. So you see, I accidentally jumped. So the Russian forces has been geolocated on two separate locations, one around here, another one around here, and together this forms a new prong, a new vector of attack from the Russian side, in the south of Zelena Dolena, where the Russian forces advance in this sector here. So in the grand scale of things, you can see what this new vector of attack looks like. Another push from this sector here. The previous one was around here, where the Russian forces has pushed in the direction of Chandri Holove, and this looks like another operation to envelop Chandri Holove from the south. And then while this attack come more directly through Serene and the northeast of Chandri Holove. So this is the current advance here. This advance of the previous front line is around 1.3 kilometers. So the entire total front line change in this measurement is 3.4 kilometers. Down southeast is around 900 meters. So something like this. Yeah, of course, always a reminder, this is not reality. This is just information based on what is available out there. So it's all an estimate. No one knows what is the truth. No one knows what is the reality. Not even the commanders on the ground. Not even Putin. Not even Zelensky. No one knows. None of them also knows how many troops they actually have. How many troops actually died. Like, this is real. I'm not joking. It's not easy to get information from the ground, and you never know if your commanders on the ground actually lied to you. Maybe your entire battalion is gone. It's all dead, and then they say that they are still fighting in the front line. Yeah, so that you can get some, and then you're like, please just remember to pay the salary. That could happen. You never know. So after the next frontline change is over the SIVERSK front. So over at the SIVERSK front, over at Siversk, we have this very, very interesting development over in the east of Siversk city. So this Siversk, and previously we have this frontline change. We have geolocation of Russian forces at this position. And now we have this extension. The new geolocation you can see is over here. The Russian forces have entered into the trench line that is defending the northeast of Siversk. And this is a very, very major development, because this is the closest the Russians ever gotten to Siversk. They have never come so close to Siversk city, and this is very, very important. From my mapping, the closest the Russians ever gotten is, I think, around here. I think it's around there. They have never went this close to Siversk. So the geolocation is here. They have entered the very end of the trench line, and they probably have established a position around here. And this will allow the Russians to attack down the trench line, and then attack into the southern defense line as well, and potentially directly enter into Siversk, totally bypassing the whole line of defense. That is a very plausible thing. The Russians have done nearly considered the impossible to actually break Siversk. So this nearly an impossible task so far. The advance is around 1 kilometer, which means the Russians are on the roll. The Ukrainians are defending, but they are struggling to hold back the Russians. So this is the current development. Very, very, very big development around at here. And there's one more frontline change is over at Ivano-Darivka. And this piece here, you can see is also based on geolocation. Russian forces geolocated in two different locations. This is an expansion of the previous frontline changes. And the Russian forces have basically conquered, almost entirely conquered the fortification here northwest of Ivano-Darivka, something that the Russians have never done before. This fortification have been holding back the Russians for a long, long time. And with this geolocation, most likely the Russians have also secured the north of the lake at the Plovba River. And in the northern flank, the Russian forces went down the tree line and established control over another position. The advance in this sector here is around 800 meters, 700 to 800 meters on the average. So a very significant movement of front line around here. This is very significant because after the fortification, the next fortification is over here. This fortification, if taken down, would mean the front line will move to here. The front line will move pretty significantly, and the Russians will have to attack into this hut-shaped fortification. And potentially the Russians could even don't do this and then just go around it, which is also a doable thing. So the SIVERSK front is surprisingly unraveling. This is the most toughest front line the Russians deal with, and is now coming to an end, surprisingly. So these are all the frontline changes in the past 24 hours. It's really not a lot. But then we have to also put into consideration the front line is only the Lyman and the SIVERSK front. Clearly, all the other front line, there's actions, but there's no reporting. So, that's why I say it's not reality. Let's take it with a pinch of salt. So let's do some calculation. And we are very close to 100,000 subs. We are now at, as per this recording, 98949. So, which is we are just over 1,000 to 100,000. Let's go. Let's do it. It's for you. It's actually for me, but it's for you too. So anyway, so let's do some calculation. The Russians captured 3.05 plus 3.1. Total area captured by the Russians is merely 6.15 square kilometers. This is very little. It is only half of yesterday's capture of 11.95 square kilometers. I do not think it's a matter of slowing down. We have a lot of salient and impossible positions which is still not declared captured by the Russian forces on our mapping yet. And the Ukrainians captured 4.52 plus 0.11. So the Ukrainians have captured 4.63 square kilometers and still lost to the Russians in terms of total area captured. How? So anyway, very interesting that the Ukrainians having some success in the Sumy side. How far they can do, how they can go, how much they can do, depends. I don't think they can do a lot, but definitely some tactical success in the near term is possible. And I think the SIVERSK front is the one that's to watch. So anyway, thank you for watching, and happy birthday to you again if your birthday today, and I'll see you guys in the next update.